The attack on Bitcoin's proof of work is never over. Ethereum software developer consensus is going to co-launch an Ethereum climate platform. We're going to dive into this ridiculousness and see what it's all about. Ethereum software developer consensus, right, which is run by Joe Lubin, which also offered a CBDC outline white paper, okay, to the government. Anyways, they co-launched an Ethereum climate platform at COP27. The environmental stuff is really, really dangerous because the reality is that nobody can truly quantify it, and everybody has data that disproves other people's data. And the funny thing is that somehow these shitcoiners have managed to convince people that they can fight climate change with a shitcoin. Keep in mind, the only reason, if you're being convinced of this, it's because of your very heavy bags and your hopium. That's all. The platform will mitigate the excess energy that the network produced before the merge. That's right. Let me read that again. The platform will mitigate the excess energy that the network produced before the merge. I'm just going to call straight up bullshit on that. I don't see how that works. I don't see how that's possible. I was going to go back in time. Here we go. Anyways, the merge reduced Ethereum's future, in quotation marks, energy needs by 99.992%. Keep in mind, they've never been able to show any kind of substantial documentation that proves this, but they just keep saying it over and over again. The power of repetition compels you. Anyways, oh God, this is insane. The ECP aims to redress Ethereum's past proof of work based carbon emissions since the network's launch in 2015, according to Consensus. Consensus is co-launching the ECP with climate tech firm Infra and other companies including Microsoft, Avi, Artblocks, Gitcoin, Filecoin Green, Huobi, the Global Blockchain Business Council, and others. See, this is interesting. That's where you bring in the partnership parade. Now, I've spoken this before about shitcoins, okay? And one of the ways that shitcoiners get you when you don't understand why Bitcoin is important is they get you fooled with the partnership parade. Now, I worked for a Fortune 500 company. We had many partners such as Microsoft, partners such as Oracle. Do you think that actually produced any value to the bottom line? I'm talking about for the shareholders. Do you think that there was any quantifiable value produced for the shareholder because of that partnership? You think it made the bags pump? All it means is that they're testing projects together. That's all that shit means, okay? There's no quantifiable value produced in those situations, but the shitcoiners and the shitcoin promoters need you to believe. They need you to believe that these partnerships create a moat that can't be penetrated by other companies. And this is why you need to be holding this shitcoin. This is why you need to be in this project. This is bullshit. Instead of offsetting emissions through carbon credits, the ECP will fund the development of climate projects that can significantly mitigate greenhouse gas emissions and achieve decarbonization at scale. While the merge significantly slashed the network's electricity consumption, which we have no evidence of or proof of or any type of peer-reviewed paper that people can discuss, there is absolutely nothing. They just keep saying it over and over again. Industry participants agree that it will not overcome Ethereum's scalability paradox. And boom, insert random statement that has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about. So this is just a giant nothing burger, okay? Ethereum, when you have a solution in search of a use case, you need to find anything you can stick to it. And Ethereum right now is heavily tied in with the World Economic Forum, right? On the Ethereum Foundation. There's three people that sit on the Ethereum board. There's Vitalik. There's some guy named Peter who is an AML KYC expert, and there's Aya Miyaguchi, who is the director of the Global Blockchain Council for the WEF. So make no mistake, These people have ESG and environmental bullshit written all over them. But we heard of a different organization this time. This All Infra. Who is All Infra? Okay, here we go. All Infra is the developer of enterprise software. All Infra Climate. Ah, nice. Climate change software, people. Designed to help institutions achieve their sustainability goals. That does sound good. Together with its asset tokenization platform. There we go. We're going to shitcoin. We are going to shitcoin the climate back to health. Here we go. Together with its asset tokenization platform, All Infra Digital, All Infra brings access, choice, and liquidity to global infrastructure and environmental assets. Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds so good. So we've got a shitcoin. We've got inclusivity. We are fixing the climate, and they can do it all with this shitcoin that they control. Let's go down to take a look at the advisors of All Infra, because I'm sure that there's no way that these people could be directly tied into Ethereum. Oh, wait a second. Joe Lubin's an advisor. Joe Lubin, who is co-founder of Ethereum and the co-founder of Consensus, which builds on Ethereum. Anyways, John Lillick and Ashby Monk. Well, all right, let's dive into these people. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at John Lillick first here. He's an early Bitcoin and Ethereum adopter and an early Consensus employee. Interesting. Who spent 6 years with the company, helped it grow to an international leader in the blockchain ecosystem. He is now running his own dedicated family office out of Switzerland, where he's serving as an investor and product development advisor at Polygon. Now, for the people who don't know what Polygon is, Polygon Matic is another shitcoin, okay, that was built as a side chain to Ethereum. It's still an ERC20 token. But the best part is that Polygon is essentially a layer 2 to Ethereum. Okay, so you can kind of start to see all of the incest that goes on with the shitcoiners. But anyways, okay, so we can see John Lillick, heavy bags, heavily incentivized for Ethereum, heavily incentivized to do as he's told by Consensus. Just my opinion. Anyways, we will move on to the next character that is helping with this bullshit project that has absolutely no evidence that it's going to work, but we do know that it's going to mean a whole lot of red tape and a whole lot more control, a whole lot more centralization. Anyways, let's take a look at the next advisor in this whole thing. We're going to take a look at Ashby Monk. So here we go. Executive Director, Stanford Global Project Center. Dr. Monk has a strong track record of academic and industry publications. Now, what you're supposed to hear in between this is cred validation. This person has done a lot of memorization. This person has written a lot of papers that help validate our positions. And anyways, here we go. His current research focus is on the design and governance of institutional investors, with particular specialization on pension and sovereign wealth funds. Guys, this ESG narrative is not going away. Okay, we need to understand why it's not going away, because it is an invisible boogeyman that can get, number one, it can get central banks to print infinite money for an infinite number of causes, which cannot be quantified in any way, shape, or form. This is not only an attack on Bitcoin, this is also an attack on our freedom. I've said this 100 times before. I was a shitcoiner in 2017. I got fooled by the tech. I got fooled by the partnership parade. I let my hopium get in the way of understanding why Bitcoin was important. Every single one of these shitcoins has a metaphorical head that you can chop off, or some type of a foundation that controls its issuance or its governance, or the fact that there is a heavy pre-mine that went to specific players in order to ensure that the network is managed in a specific way. Don't be fooled. Only Bitcoin has the freedom-enabling qualities that we all desire.